I went to MIT for graduate school, and while I was there, NASA made an announcement that they were looking for astronauts. So I decided to send in an application. Now, here's my chance. So I sent in my astronaut application. I waited about 6 months to hear back, and I got a letter from NASA. It was very official. It had a lot of words on it, but basically it said no. They could have just saved a lot of ink, the government could have. So I said, okay. I stayed at MIT, was almost done with my education there, and NASA said they're looking for astronauts again. So I send in application number 2. 6 months after that, I get a letter from NASA again, a different letter. The date was different at the top. Other than that, it was the same letter. So I was 0 for 2. But I graduated from MIT with a doctorate in mechanical engineering, and I wanted to put it to use for the space program. So I went to this part of the world. This is Houston, Texas, where the Johnson Space Center is. There you go. Lived there. I ended up living here for 22 years. Houston, Texas was my home. That's the Johnson Space Center. That's where the astronauts train every day, where the Mission Control Center is. We lived in a neighborhood near there when you become an astronaut. But I went down there to be a research engineer and was enjoying that. And then after a couple years, NASA again says they're looking for astronauts. I send in application number 3, okay? This time I don't get a letter, I get a phone call. They want me to come in for an interview. And the interview lasts a whole week. I mean, the interview where you're talking to the selection board is only about an hour or so, but you're there for a whole week. It's medical exams, it's getting to know people. You're going to a lot of events. They want to see who you are. They keep it on there for a whole week because they really want to get to know you very well. And during that week, they got to know me really well. And as a result of this knowledge, they rejected me. I wasn't sure if this was ever going to work out, right? So, and I started thinking about what else I could do. I liked engineering, and I thought that I also liked teaching engineering. I was teaching at Rice University part-time, and I thought maybe I'd want to do that full-time. So I looked for an engineering faculty job, and I was offered a job in Atlanta. This is Atlanta from space at night. One thing you can see here in this photo is the green. Oh, give it up for Atlanta. I got to stop mentioning cities. We'll never get out of here. All right. There's Atlanta at night. And that green line is our atmosphere. So if you look at our atmosphere, if you think of our Earth, if you think of the Earth as an onion, the top layer of that onion is the size relationship of the atmosphere to the rest of the planet. It's very, very thin, and it makes you, when you see it, like, whoa, it's really thin. So thank you very much for all you do for sustainability and keeping the planet healthy, because I think it's really important. It's their only option. Really thin. Look at how thin that is. That's the only thing that's keeping us alive. We have to protect ourselves. Okay, went to Atlanta. I was teaching at Georgia Tech, was enjoying that. NASA says they're looking for astronauts again. Years are going by here. You know, I've been married, moving around the country, started a family, and NASA keeps rejecting me. So I send in application number 4. They have me come in for another interview. I go through that whole week. I go back to Atlanta, and I get a phone call, and this time it was a good result. I was selected to be in the astronaut class of 1996. Thanks very much. Thank you.